So I am learning a really difficult lesson in real time, which is the importance of being healed and whole on your own, by yourself, alone, before getting into a relationship. Because we get, and frankly, we deserve what we tolerate. And the wounded version of me tolerates a lot more than the healed version of me. And when you're wounded, it's almost like you have these gaps, and rather than sealing these gaps, you get with someone to kind of fill in those cracks. And first of all, that's your decision, but then it kind of suffocates your ability to heal and grow, because anytime you grow, you're literally cramping down on this person. You're suffocating and crushing this person who you put in that place. And then we will point the finger and say, you're not letting me do this, you're not letting me do this, I'm trying to grow and develop. But we put someone in that space before it was really prepared for them. And it's really easy, especially in today's culture where it's almost praised to play the victim. It's really easy to play the victim. But I'm learning that playing victim and acting like a child are synonymous. They are literally the same thing. So when you look at everybody in society as just a victim, it's like, no, we just have a bunch of immature children running around. Like, that's what it is. Being a grown adult looks like, no, the vast majority, like 99% of my issues, if I get to the core, peel back the layers of the onion at the core, is something that I did wrong. I made a bad judgment. I made a bad decision. And we take responsibility for that. That's what maturing and growing up looks like. And like, that's a really difficult pill to swallow, that the vast majority of the things that you've gone through, you are responsible for in some way, and actually owning that and not pointing the finger. Like, that's really difficult. But what I'm finding is that the more responsibility I take, it almost grows like in equal proportions the amount of control that I have. So like, you can't have 100% control in a situation and then when it goes terrible, take zero responsibility. Like, that's childish. That's not how it works. If you have 100% control, you take 100% responsibility. So those kind of elevate and lower at the same degree. So the more responsibility that I take, the more control that I have. And I've found that my own personal worry and anxieties have slowly started to dissipate. Because the most anxious thought in the world is like, everything's out of my control, I can't control anything. But no, responsibility, taking responsibility is the key to that. The more responsibility that you take, the more you realize you do have control. And control doesn't look like, no, everything is under my control, like this frantic thing. It's like, no, I control how I respond to situations, how I think through situations. I control my emotions. I control my thoughts and my decisions. I control what I align my life to, like the Word of God, aligning myself to that as a true north, taking those principles and those disciplines, and then cross-examining the decisions I've made in the past. Like, nope, I always pointed the finger, but in this situation, I did this wrong, this was a bad judgment, this was a bad decision. And that is very difficult to do, but it's also super freeing. So I think taking ultimate responsibility is one of the main keys to freedom.